Next, we'll hear from Dr. P. Narayana, Minister for Municipal Administration and Urban Development, Government of Andhra Pradesh, India, to address the gathering. Dr. Narayana.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to everybody. Today I am very happy to participate in South Asian Diaspora 2016. But actually, our Honorable Chief Minister, Nara Chandrababu Naidu, wanted to participate in this gathering. Due to some unavoidable circumstances, he directed me to participate in this convention. In this connection, we are all well aware. By 2025, India and China will account for more than 60% of Asian urban population. India will soon witness 5 of its largest states having more of its population living in cities than in villages. India urgently needs a fresh, proactive approach to address the infrastructure of today. India needs over $1.5 trillion in investment in next 10 years to bridge infrastructure gap, as the government intends to connect 700,000 villages with roads by 2019 as part of Prime Minister Modi's massive modernization plan. Different infrastructure sector ministers of railways, roads, ports, civil aviation have detailed deadlines. The Prime Minister has established outcomes and identified 25 action points under 12 heads for roads and 36 action points for railways under about a dozen heads that needs quick action by ministers to implement them in a time-bounded manner. The government has relaxed rules for FDI in the infrastructure sector. It has also liberalized exit norms, and the Cabinet has approved the proposal to amend the FDI policy. There are 478 infrastructure projects worth over 3.3 lakh crores in special economic zones, ports, energy, water, sanitation, airports, tourism, healthcare, cold chain, and others that are under construction in the PPP model. 498 projects with investment worth over 1.6 lakh crores are under operation. Regarding roads, sensing a good economic viability and traffic density, the government is going to raise the total span of national highways from 96,000 kilometers to 2 lakhs kilometers. India has 52 lakhs kilometers of road length, out of which 96,000 is national highway with 40% of traffic on these roads. India is envisaged around $160 billion investment for the highway sector in the next 5 years, with a range of projects to suit each investor's risk and return expectations. In fact, 97 highway projects with a total length of 6,631 kilometers, which entail investment of 1 lakh crore, are to be awarded during 2016 and 17. The National Highway Authority of India is expected to spend about $15 to $16 billion during 2016 and 17 across 250 projects. Today, we have China Railway Construction Corporation investing over 40,000 crores in highways. Brookfield, a Canadian asset management, to invest over 15,000 crores in highways, and real estate arm of the Malaysian government investing over 10,000 crores. The government is investing companies to explore opportunities in India, including potential for investment in project highways, asset recycling through TOT model, tunnel projects, intelligent transport system, and project under TOT model. Railways, 100% foreign direct investment in the railway infrastructure segment has been allowed recently and has opened up projects for participation in infrastructure projects such as high-speed railways, railway lines to and from coal mines and ports, projects relating to electrification, high-speed tracks, and suburban corridors. Indian Railways envisages an investment of INR 8.5 lakh crore in the next 5 years. There is a massive need for investment in railways. For instance, the investment on railways in China is around 9 to 10 lakh crores, whereas in India it is only 40,000 crores a year. And the government is welcoming investments in railways and started investments in connectivity projects. The government recently took up 21 port connectivity projects involving an estimated expenditure of 20,000 crores to ensure last mile connectivity and boost port traffic. Regarding ports and shippings, 88 projects involving investment of INR 380 billion approved in last 3 years, and 100% FDI has been allowed in the shipping sector. The Ministry of Shipping has initiated measures to improve the performance of ports, including mechanization of the terminals, improving turnaround time, quick evacuation of cargo, expansion of infrastructure, and skill development of employees. The Shipping Ministry is aggressively pushing for developing the country's port sector. It has been claiming investments to the tune of $10 billion in the sector and has been ambitious investment potential of 60 billion in the pipeline. Regarding airports, the India plans to increase the number of operational airports 250 by the year 2030. Regarding construction, an investment of USD 1 trillion has been projected for the infrastructure sector until 2017, 40% of which is to be funded by the private sector. 45% of infrastructure investment will be funneled into construction activity, and 20% set to modernize the construction industry. Regarding Andhra Pradesh has the second largest coastline among Indian states. It was 3 planned industrial corridors, 278 industrial estates, and 29 operational sets. Infrastructure will form the backbone of the development of Andhra Pradesh, the first state in South India to offer 24/7 electricity. It has 3 lakhs acres of land bank and another 7 lakhs acres being added. As a new state, the government has opportunities in ports, airports, power, renewable energy, and transportation. Andhra Pradesh has six ports under operation with 5 under development, 6 existing airports, 6 airports to be developed, 45,000 kilometers of road transport, and 7,040 kilometers of railway network. Andhra Pradesh is investing $2 billion in Visakhapatnam Chennai Industrial Corridor and Chennai Bangalore Industrial Corridor. Opportunities in road, expansion of national highways, comprehensive regional network of national highways, opportunities in railways, bypass freight corridors, high-speed railway and railway stations, transport and logistic hubs, Nadikudi Srikalahasti new railway line, metro rail in Visakhapatnam, railway zone in Visakhapatnam, Vijayawada, Guntur, Tenali, Mangalagiri metro rail, Tirupati metro rail, railway wagon repair factory at Kurnool. Amaravati. In Andhra Pradesh, now our capital in Andhra Pradesh is Amaravati. Amaravati is the greenfield capital of Andhra Pradesh and has been planned with a time frame. Amaravati will meet world-class standards of livability, inclusive growth, economic opportunities, and environmental sustainability. The capital region is envisaged over a spread of 8,603 square kilometers, covering the cities of Vijayawada and Guntur, of which 217 square kilometers has been carved out for the capital city of Amaravati. Amaravati will be integrated through an extensive network of ports, roads, airports, and inland waterways to turn Andhra Pradesh into a well-connected economic hub. Amaravati has a potential investment opportunities in almost every sector. The government has identified priority investment opportunities of a total of more than $8 billion. Regarding economic development, Amaravati is proposed to be a national hub for high-level, non-polluting manufacturing and service sectors. Electronics manufacturing, food processing, textiles, light engineering, education, healthcare, and tourism have been identified as the priority sectors for the city. The city is already seeing significant interest from some of the big global names to put up their facilities in Amaravati. Access expressways, RTL roads, outer ring roads, urban waterways, priority projects for connectivities are 210 kilometers, 8-lane outer ring road worth $3 billion. City road infrastructure worth $1 billion. BRTS system, regional metro railway, water transport system, multimodal transportation hubs, priority project for transportation is metro rail development worth $750 million. Urban infrastructure development, city gas distribution network, smart ICT network, city irrigation system, flood mitigation system, solid waste management, priority projects in the city infrastructures are installation of power transmission and distribution network with $1.2 billion. Development of channels within the city integrated with stormwater network worth of $600 million. Installation of solid waste management worth $300 million. Development of 24/7 reliable and quality water supply worth $150 million. Development sewerage infrastructure worth $120 million. Tourism infrastructure, heritage tourism, riverfront development, island development, priority project for tourism in the Krishna riverfront, development worth $450 million. Social infrastructure, world-class facilities will be developed in the city for education, health, and sports. And finally, iconic developments like the government complex, iconic bridge development, landscape, and green belt development, etc., will be developed using some of the best architects and designers from across the world. Hence, I welcome and request the investors to invest in Amaravati, the people's capital, or elsewhere in the sunrise state of Andhra Pradesh, and may take highest returns on your investment and create the wealth. The government of Andhra Pradesh will extend all the support to the investors in this regard. Thank you, and thank you one and all.